Hi students, welcome to second year commerce class. In our previous class, we have discussed about the process of setting up of business at preliminary stage. We had 9 steps at preliminary stage, like decision to be self-employed, discovery of an idea, deciding the idea, then project report is to be prepared, it needs to be appraised, okay, sent for appraisal, okay. Then we have to inquire about machinery and technology. Now it is the implementation stage. Implementation means where you start really working. Clear? Now say I have decided to set up a college. Now I start implementing, means I will search for various buildings. Okay, I will give paper advertisement, or say I will set up furniture and I will discuss with my friends, accumulate the personnel. All these things are to be done. Means real course of action will start. So when the real course of action starts, it is called as implementation stage. So at this implementation stage, you start really working. Then you will be spending money, you will be combining with the resources, okay. And various steps are written. But today, fortunately, you have got everything online system. So these steps doesn't take much time. Previously on manual basis, or say maybe 5-6 years back, when licensing system and government rules and regulations were very rigid, any entrepreneur were struggling to start a business. But today, government is doing majority of the work. 50-60% of the work is done by the government, and most of the times it is providing a very good financial assistance. In the next topic, when we discuss about startups, we will discuss about how the government is going to encourage. So nowadays, it is the role of government also to encourage the entrepreneurs, so that production of goods and services will increase, and when the productivity of the nation increases, automatically it leads to increment in national income. Naturally, it will improve our standards. Particularly, scenario of Indian economy and employment level, when we study from the past, it is day by day the unemployment is increasing. Even the other day I told you, in Telangana the unemployment rate is 33%, which is much higher than the national level, because we have got very less number of industries. Most of the industries are the small scale industries set up by private people, and the public sector units are being closed due to various factors. So people are losing jobs, educated people are increasing, okay, literacy rate is increasing, people are getting the formal qualification, but unfortunately they are not finding the jobs. So that is creating the problem of unemployment. You will better learn in your economics what are the various problems of unemployment in India, and what are the causes and measures to be taken to solve that problem. We will discuss in your economics. So any state government or government of India have got greater responsibility on their shoulders to reduce this unemployment problem. So the only way we can reduce the unemployment problem is encourage the people to start their own firms. Clear? So that is the reason at present majority of the work is done by the government and other agencies. Various consultancies are there which are helping with nominal fee collection. So though this many steps are there, you don't need to struggle that much. Nowadays it is very easy, smart to start up a business. Still we learn what are the various steps involved in implementation stage. First one is statutory licenses or clearance. Okay. So first of all, for certain products we require license. Industrial license is to be taken. It is very easy. Earlier it was very difficult. You have to pay a lot of money, you have to go to various government offices many number of times. Government officers, authorities used to trouble you, but in the recent times it is very easy. So just you have to apply online and the approval will come. So first of all, you have to get statutory license. That means the license which is to be taken as per law, as per rules, is called as statutory license. That is to be taken. Then second one is arrangement of finance. Last year we have discussed about business finance. Means how much fixed capital you require, how much working capital you require, how much bridge loan you require, what are your preliminary expenses, that all you have to arrange. Okay, arrangements means decide what amount of fixed capital you require, what amount of working capital is required. For all these preliminary expenses, whether you want bridge loan, means the banks will give you some advance for taking up all these activities. That is called as bridge loan. Means if you have to apply a financial institution for some certain crores of rupees, initially you require some few lakhs of rupees to do all this process. So that lakhs of rupees will be provided by a nearby bank, commercial bank. So bridge loans are given by commercial banks, which is helpful to you to obtain a long-term loan from a large financial institutions like ICICI, IDBI or state finance corporations, because the documentation processing will be lengthy, so you require few lakhs of rupees as expenditure. So if you do not have that money, you cannot apply for those loans. Okay, so initially this amount is paid by the banks, given by the banks, later you will be repaying that. That is called bridge loan. So you have to decide that. Then you have to go for application for financial assistance. Once you decide from whom the loan is to be taken, whether from it is Union Bank of India or State Bank Group or ICICI or IDBI or IFCI, so you have to apply for that loan. So that is the third stage, application for financial assistance. How many crores of rupees you require, whether you require that as a long-term loan or medium-term loan or short-term loan, what is the mortgage you are going to provide, for what purpose you require that finance. So if you give all the details, such financial institution will inspect the premises and they will decide whether the loan can be given, assistance can be given or not. So you have to apply for that. Then building, construction and civil works. Building, construction, yes, once you decide that you have to set up a business, you require a factory building or office building. If you are taking some other's premises as lease, you don't require this step. It is not compulsory. Remember this point. See, if every junior college does not require a own building, we are carrying our college in a rented campus. So in such a case, you don't require this construction and civil works. But if you want to have your own premises and you have purchased some land and you want to construct your own factory, so naturally you have to go for factory building construction, office building construction. Civil works means construction of roads, compound walls, etc. Some structure is to be made. Such type of works are to be carried out at the fourth stage. Then placement of order and procurement of fixed assets and plant and machinery. In previous preliminary stage, we have learnt that you will be inquiring where the plant and machinery is available, where the technology is available. So at implementation stage, now you are ordering. Placement of order means you give the order to the supplier of that machinery. Yes, we want 20 computers, we want some 2000 benches, we want some 200 fans. So now you start giving order to the suppliers of those machinery and other fixed assets like furniture, loose tools, then computers, air conditioners, whatever you require. You do not require only plant and machinery. Apart from plant and machinery, we require other fixed assets also in your factory and office so that you can carry out your business operations. So what are the fixed assets you require generally? Are furniture, computers, air conditioners, some loose tools in case of machinery. Clear? So that you take, you give order for that. Clear? Next, power and water connection. This is very much required. No? If any factory is established, or even you are establishing a college, you are establishing a hotel, you are establishing a hospital, these two are very essential. Without power and water, can you perform your activities? Even as a college, we require a lot of water. Okay, we require electricity. So imagine if you are starting a business organization, you require a large quantity of power. So in advance, you have to apply for that, so that the government will make necessary arrangements, because you require a special line, you require a special transformer, you may require a special water pipeline. So that is the reason you see nowadays, last year I think we might have studied, SEZ, Special Economic Zone, okay, EPZs, Export Processing Zones, we have studied. So, under MSMEs, why we require those special economic zones and EPZs is supplying this power and water in a individual manner, in a separate manner to separate business units may be a expensive and time consuming task for the government. So that is the reason in the present scenario what every state government is doing, it is procuring a large area of land and it is providing the basic amenities like roads, communication, water and power, so that every industrial unit what is going to be set up there is having the ready-made facilities. So you need not struggle much to obtain all those things. So earlier this was the problem, obtaining a power and water connection, seeing that okay, you have got sufficient quantity of water in your factory premises was a headache in the past, but today it is very easy due to the improved technology and the government steps of organizing special economic zones and export processing zones. Most of the business units are not having any problem with this. So power and water connection will be provided by government, but you have to get it. First you apply, then the government will provide. Then comes procurement of personnel and their training. Here personnel means people, employees. Procurement of personnel means employees or workers. Employees or workers are to be appointed, labor, whoever is required for you, for construction purpose, for production purpose, for distribution purpose. Okay, when whenever you start a business organization, you require a lot of people, services are required for you. So you have to recruit those people. That is what called as procurement of personnel, means recruit the employees and workers and provide them training, because they must know how to work in your atmosphere. Earlier they might have had experience or not, but working in your own environment may be different. So you need to train them. Okay, they have to understand your method of production, they have to understand your method of service. So you provide training to your employees. Then procurement of raw material. As you know, if you are in the production process, if you want to produce any commodity, you require raw material. So place the order for raw material, obtain it. If raw material is to be obtained from a foreign country, you have to think about this procurement in advance, have sufficient time, because you know that without raw material goods cannot be produced. Even though you have got everything set up, people are there, machinery is ready, but raw material is not there, so you will struggle to produce the goods. So that is the reason you should assess the proper time of supply of material, whether you are purchasing from the domestic market or from the international market, how much time the supplier is taking, what is the time delay, what are the modes of payment, everything you have to decide and see that material is available on time for your production. So that is the 8th stage, procurement of raw material. Then installation of plant and machinery. Say you purchased the plant and machinery. So by proper layout in the factory at the convenient place, you have to set up the machinery, you have to fix it. That is called installation of plant and machinery. Suppose say you purchased fans, they are in the office room. Will they work? Will we get the proper facility of having air? So they are to be fixed in the classrooms. Then only the students will use that. So they can supply air. Okay. Otherwise we feel suffocated in sitting in the classroom without fans. So earlier you have procured, you got them. They are in your office room. But unless until they are installed in the classroom, we can't use it. Similarly, you might have purchased the machinery, but the machinery is to be set up, fixed in the factory at a proper location so that production will be easy. Then marketing. Okay. Marketing means, you have to inform the customers. You have to make sure that the customers are ready to buy your product. So through your sales department, through your advertisement agencies, through your marketing department, you have to bring awareness among the people about your product. So people should be ready to buy your product by the time you start production. If marketing is not there, ultimately you will fail to earn profit. Then permanent registration. Earlier at the preliminary stage we have done registration formalities, but once everything is set up, now once you have to inform the district industries center, DIC, one department is there, one authority is there. District industry center will be there. You go and inform them that at so and so place you have established a factory. So the department will come and they will inspect the premises. They will give you the permanent registration. That is done at 11th stage. Now once it is done, the last stage is profit generation and repayment of loan. Naturally, you see, you have taken financial assistance, okay, from various people, from banks, from financial agencies, okay, from other financial institutions. You might have borrowed fixed capital as well as working capital. Now what you have to do? You have to repay that out of your profits. See, we have borrowed money to establish the company. So all the assets are purchased, material is purchased. Now you have started producing goods. So these are to be sold, generate the profit, and out of those profits you start paying the installments so that you will become a successful entrepreneur. Clear? So these are the steps in setting up a business. We had 2 stages, preliminary stage and implementation stage. Now it is up to you when and where you are going to start your own enterprise. I wish some of you come up as entrepreneurs, women entrepreneurs, and successfully someday I will see your photograph in the newspaper. Okay, here in your textbook you are given some of the successful entrepreneurs profile in your textbook. You can, if you are interested, you can go through, and in newspapers also you will find the profiles and interviews, history of various successful entrepreneurs. So I wish some other day I will find my students in newspapers as successful women entrepreneurs. Right? All the best.